Hi. That just kind of stopped for me midway through. It was there and then it was not, and then I was here. So, hi. Welcome. If that's if that is not just the perfect how we're launching into 2026, I went and clicked on something so that I could see chat, and then nothing, and then, hi. Welcome. Welcome to 2026. It's been 2025 kicked us all like a lot, and we're in a new year. So we're here. What are we going to do tonight? Well, there are some housekeeping things we're going to cover. We're going to do a quick little recap of some of the things we covered this past year. And then I'll get into some of the housekeeping things because we're gonna have some big changes coming. I'm really excited about the things that are coming this year. It's been a while. I hope everybody has been well. I hope you had wonderful holidays. I hope that yeah, this year didn't get you too much. And at the end of it, you know what? We're gonna find the hope because that is what I do. And I know today was a lot if you are paying attention to the news in the United States really at all. Um, right now we're gonna set all of that on a shelf. And I'm being told that my vocals need to go up a wee bit. So we're gonna try this a little bit, and if that doesn't work, I'll be right back and I'll tweak my mic. Um let's see. Can I do it from here? Maybe. I might be able to do that from here. Yep, I can tweak it a little bit. So let's try that. Let's see how we're doing there. Um, yeah. So hi, welcome to the Unfiltered Tea. While I am running the intro, let me know where you're coming in from. Let me know what you're sipping on this evening. Um, when when I come back, I'm going to show you one of the things that we got from Santa. This is a Santa household. Um, and we'll kick off the show with that. So that is where we're going to start, and it seems like I'm going to need to tweak my mic just a touch again. But I'm not going to worry about that too much. So let me go ahead, roll the intro, and I'll see you in a minute. Hello and welcome to the Unfiltered Tea, a show where we say all the things you wish the newscasters said, unscripted and unfiltered. We talk about politics, pop culture, and courts, so pull up your soapbox, pour yourself a cuppa, and let's go. Everything's being cut off tonight. It's just that let's go. Let's go. I don't know what glitches StreamYard has working. Um, but it's it's gonna be that. Dad coming in with he is downstairs inexpensive whiskey with elderberry. Yep, because it is that season. It is that season. Stay away from people who are doing the coffee things and like the coughing and the sneezing, not the caffeinated bean beverage, which is delightful, and I'm a big fan. Um, this is that time of year where I will remind you that if at all possible, if you have the germs, keep them to yourself. Mask up. Stay away from humans. If you can, if you're not feeling well, do the elderberry just to give that. I mean, I'm a fan of elderberry. You do whatever works for you. I am not going to sit here and we're not going to go down that rabbit hole. I love the elderberry. Um, First off, all right, I'm going to show you. So this is one of the things that Santa brought us. It's a little ridiculous. It said it would do a countdown. It doesn't. It does not count down. It just goes. And it plays all dang time. So, with this, Happy New Year. Happy 2026. Let us go ahead and let me pull up my notes here. And we're going to do a recap of all the things we covered over here on the Unfiltered Tea in 2025. When I sat down to write these, I was like, wow, we covered a lot. So we started the year off, we started 2025 off with the fires out in Los Angeles, because that was terrifying. And um, that was 2025 started literally on fire for a lot of folks. So we covered that. Then in March, we bounced down to DC to cover the meeting between President Zelensky and President Trump. And then from there, we came back up to Massachusetts, where I did the TLDR on the Karen Reed trial. Round two, Karen Reed trial round two, because of course, now, if you have not been following all of the updates on that, whoo mama, let me know if you want me to go over it. The sidebars from trial one have been released. Former trooper Michael Proctor is now former, like his certification got revoked. So yeah, I don't think we're going to have to worry about him being a cop anytime soon. All kinds of, it's the never ending thing in Massachusetts. So we covered that. I had surgery around the time that trial was going on. So I was kind of in and out at that time. And then shortly after that, we covered the fact that this administration decided to give concentration camps a test run, and they still have them, and ICE is still kidnapping people. So, it's a problem. Um, and then Trump's Epstein problem started to get worse, but that's where the infighting began. So there's been some MAGA um fighting with each other. Um and that's sort of where things have begun. So that's been interesting to see play out. Then we covered the fact that Colbert was told he would be canceled in July of this year. And it was a whole between Colbert, Kimmel. We've had a lot of free speech conversations around that point in time. And by the way, I am leaving out 80% of the news. It's been a lot. This is just the highlights of things that we covered over here. Um, Shortly after the Colbert thing, South Park launched their new season, and they were out of fucks to give. They just went for it. And they must have a pretty good contract, because they have not eased up at all. And I am here for it. I'm not usually a big South Park person. I think I've only watched that one episode, but it has been it's been fun to watch them make this administration a little cranky. Then Trump and Putin had a little meeting where Putin tried to make Trump his bitch. I'm paraphrasing, but that seems to be what it was. From there, we went on to fascism is stupid, which is a sentence I am kind of surprised that I need to say out loud. But fascism is stupid. And I do have to say that out loud, apparently, because we're still working on learning that. Um then the Charlie Kirk incident happened, and the murder induction ceremony happened. And I'm going to keep calling it that, because that's what it was. It wasn't a memorial. It was that. Um and it's still weird to me, and yeah. And then Maine's Senate race popped off like I don't even know what. It got real wild real fast. And it caused the internet basically as a whole to start mainsplaining Maine to Mainers. And it went over about as well as you would expect. Um and I'm sure that was just a little test run because we're in 2026, baby, and it's a midterm year, so yeah, that's gonna happen. Um, although who knows if we're gonna do the mansplaining thing, I've I can think of a few content creators that I do enjoy watching, but I would also like to yell at them with them on stream, so that we can agree, but very loudly, and also very loudly disagree on certain things. I think that'd be entertaining. Anyway, get ready because will we be covering the midterm? We're going to cover the midterms because, of course, we're going to cover the midterms. Um, and then November was here, and like most years, I always come into November thinking that I'm gonna be able to sit down and chat with y'all every week, and I should know by now that that's just not a thing that is going to happen right at this point in time, because I work a job that I absolutely adore, but the end of the year is crazy, and so between um, Thanksgiving as we head into Thanksgiving and the Christmas holidays, I basically am spending my free time with the pets and the family and prepping for parties and things like that, and it just gets super busy, and I kind of vanish off of the internet. So, that's where I was. But you know what? It's okay because it was a lovely season, couldn't have asked for better. Um, and yeah, so with that, that was basically our 2025 recap. We covered a lot, and then I'm gonna swoop real quick. I'm gonna get all the swoops in and stuff like that while I can, because then we're gonna go into some housekeeping stuff, and I'm gonna give you a little peek as to some things that I am working on at the moment. And then we'll see where we're at, because I could maybe cover the stuff that went on today, and I think I might just leave that alone for the moment. So, swoopity doo. And I've done a thing to myself, keeping in theme with the tech and me not being friends this evening. I forgot to clip my in ears, which is why I keep going for my in ears. So yeah. Anyway, coming up, we're going to have a bunch of changes, I think, coming. I do want to warn you that there is a possibility. I have some meetings set up this week, so we're going to see what makes the most sense. But stay tuned on the socials. Follow me on Instagram and on Threads if you are there, because that is where you're going to get this information first, I do believe. Um, Although I will post it here on the channel as soon as I know, but there is a chance that we are going to be taking this channel and moving it over. Um, there's some reasons for that I won't go into right now. But yeah, I think besides, it's just me at this point. I am the Aurora H. White on the socials. If it is a public social and I am there, that is the name I am going with. I have not double checked. I haven't logged into my TikTok in so long that I don't have any idea if this is what I went with on TikTok or not, because ages ago, and it was just a personal TikTok. It was, before I was really doing content creation the way I'm doing now, so we'll see, if I even jump over to TikTok at all. I may not, but I am on Instagram, I am on Threads, for sure, and that is where you're gonna get the most up-to-date information on this, so stay tuned. Because really, here's the thing, it's all about the name, right? And I love this name, but if I'm being honest, this was the second choice name. When I first started doing this show, it was my best friend Mandy, who a lot of you have met and who joins me on screen when she can. And it was me, and we did it completely differently when we first started. We recorded live, but I edited the videos and stuff like that until I realized we have way more fun when I am live. Live is so much more fun. So, and I we did it together for a while, and, I love being here with you guys, and Mandy does not love it quite the same way. So, she loves hopping on. When we can get her to hop on, it is always a good day. But her not needing to be here all the time makes her a much happier human, and I love her very much, and I would like her to be very happy. So, with that, it has become mostly me, and the the Unfiltered Tea, while being a great name, there's a few channels out there with that name, and I'm not so enthralled with it that I feel like I need to keep it. So I'm kind of thinking that I might set myself apart. We will see. Anyway, don't worry, anything on this channel will stay, but depending on how everything goes, it might be that you just have to have been here since day 1 or close to. You might just need to be, one of the OGs in the chat to get access to some of these things. I will make sure they are available. All of that is coming. No decisions have been made at this point for sure. I'm just giving you the heads up that that is one of the things that is going to be changing in 2026. Also, you will note that my little teacup in the top corner here, is changed. Because, see, the thing is, when you follow a ton of lawyers on YouTube, I lined up all my little legal ducks in a row very early on in this happy little adventure that we're doing over here because, um, well, I wanted to make sure that everything was legit. And, and so in doing that, there are a lot of things that have been lined up pretty early, but amongst those is my media company. And I do love the fact that I own a media company now. And so with that, you're gonna start seeing little markers of that company because that is connected to this and me. And so you're gonna see some of those logo changes with the possible impending name changes and channel moves. So, that is I'm just gonna bounce on over to the chat because I'm looking at 3 different things over here. Um, so yeah, I mean, for while we're on story time, the name that Mandy and I really wanted to launch this show and channel with was taken by a band. So, cheers to them, but, I think we're gonna do something different. Also, you will note it is Saturday. It is a Saturday evening, and I'm thinking, doesn't really matter to me as long as it's on the weekend, because day job. But, we might change up the day as well. So, anyway, there's going to be so many things coming, so much new and exciting. Um, Chat, I need to ask. Um, there are a couple things that I can cover. Do we want to even touch on the news, or do we just want to call this a nice, like, happy new year? Not going to worry about anything heavy. We'll come back to that next week. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know how you're feeling. What are we going to cover in 2026? There's a lot. Let me know if you want me to do the TLDR on any of the trials that I am interested in. I think we've got, what do we have coming in 2026? We have Corey Richards, which I'm going to be paying attention to for the court cases. Um, we have, I think Keefe D is this year as well. I need to double check that. But I think KVD is this year, and, oh, you know I'm following that, because may we all have the pettiness of 50 Cent. Um, so let's see, we've got that. I'm trying to think if there is anything else. Tonight might be just super duper short, because I kinda don't wanna touch the news. I know what happened today. Wait, our administration, let me see if I can paraphrase. Our administration did a smash and grab, violating multiple international laws to get rid of a dictator, to maybe steal ideas. I don't know. Today was one of those days where just where we thought, anyway. You know what I will do, cuz dad is saying no news is good news. Here's what I am going to do. Here's what I'm going to say. Because amongst the things that we did do this past year, stop, rewind, Aurora, form an actual thought. Okay. I do want to take a minute though, because it's been a heavy year. And and yes, the oligarchs are running amok. Here's what I do want to do, because I was talking with Mandy the other night, actually, and I was saying we've had 5 years, half a decade, where we've all tried to walk into the room real quietly, and we've all tried to not do anything and hope that the year doesn't punch us in the boob. And every year has just seemingly gotten worse and worse and worse. So here's the thing. I said to her, I was like, "You know what? I'm done. I'm done with the I'm trying to walk into the room all quiet like I'm trying to walk into the new year, not touch anything and not make any sudden movements. Nope. I'm done. I am done with that. I'm walking into 2026 and I'm going to take up space, because the other option has not worked well. And I have not tried taking up space in a while with the years. So that's the mindset I'm going into 2026 with. And here's sort of, so skipping the main news points, here's my little reminder for you. The humor is working. The yes, yes, move fast to break things. You know what? We The other options have not really been working. So I'm going to try what we haven't tried in a really long time, which is, you know what? I'm here, baby. Let's roll. That's the attitude I'm walking into 2026 with. We'll see how far it gets us. I will say this for our own administration, the insanity that is happening there, the temper tantrums are increasing. As we can see, I'm gonna skip the actual today's headlines, but here's the thing. They haven't been able to actually do everything they wanted. I know it doesn't always feel that way, but some of our safeguards are actually holding in ways that we were not expecting. Here's the other thing, and it does relate a little bit to today, but not entirely. They have tried for at least 6 months now to get a war happening, a civil war if they could, and nothing is taking. It's not taking. We're showing up in dino costumes with kazoos and laughing at the insanity that they are coming at this with, because it is insane. It is not normal. They are ridiculous. And so the laughing at them is it's not it is working. That tactical nonviolence is working. Half the reason they did what they did today is because it's not working at home, so they're gonna try it somewhere else. So we just have to keep that, because I gotta be honest, showing up in a dino costume and singing some social media viral tunes with other people was way more fun than just being angry all the time, and it works better. So, we're not giving them what they want. The temper tantrums are increasing, and that gives me hope, because at a certain point, they will just stop. I mean, if you've taken care of toddlers, you know where we're at. So, we can go back to being petty, we can be back to where we're at next week. There's gonna be a lot that we're gonna wanna do between then. As far as walking into 2026, mom says, pan rattling and barking a lot, baby. Dad says Bob Dylan was right. Everything is broken, so we might as well push for the changes we want. Exactly. That's why I'm taking up space, baby, because it ain't hoping that change will happen, hoping that there will be a new adult in the room. I just have to accept the fact that, like, oh wait, there are plenty of times where I am the adult in the room. I know. I know. I feel the same way you feel about that. But anyway, humor is working. Hope is working. Building communities like we are building over here, it's working. So I'm walking into 2026 with my head held high and my dino costume at the ready. And you know what? We're going to figure it out together. And I think on that note, I am going to say stay tuned, follow me on the socials, hit the like and subscribe here, but definitely follow me on the socials, because that is where you will get the information first. I will post here. And if you are catching this on the replay, love you, replay crew. Definitely go follow me on the socials, because changes are a coming. I am very excited about the changes coming. Um, and yeah, dad, let's get over the silly notion the Democrats are still the alternative to MAGA GOP. That is a whole can of worms that, oh, believe me, I will get there. Um, and yeah, so anyway, tonight is short and sweet. It's mostly welcome 2026. Welcome to the new year. Stay tuned for all sorts of exciting things that are going to be happening with me and this show, and the whole thing. But hopefully we're going to be packing up and moving this show to an adjacent channel. I'm not sure yet. Meetings happening this week, big meetings. Hopefully, well, I give up that. I, today was gonna be like, let's go over the year and find some happy things. And instead I spent my morning watching Phil DeFranco and Alex Perlman scream at the TV as I was also doing. So, you know, um, I did, yes, the new logo is here. I would like to, let's see, can I make it, can I embiggen it? I don't know if I can embiggen it. I don't know if I can embiggen it. I'm gonna see. Maybe let's see. Let me try and embiggen this. Oh wait. No, let me hang on. I'll be right back. I think I did it. It helps having family members who are creative. So credit, mutual credit goes to mom for doing the silhouette and dad for putting it all together. So that's amongst the new sneak peek things. You know what that means, guys? It's gonna mean new swoops. We're working on it. We're working on it. We're gonna get a little zhuzh on this channel. The whole thing is gonna get we're gonna get a little zhuzh. Um so yay. Yay, yay, yay. Um may still tweak, but a lot of fun. Yes, yes, yes. So I'm loving it. It's fun. It's fun. It's new year, new year, new me, I guess, instead of a brand new haircut or whatever. We're going with new logos and new look and new things across the board. So, anyway, thank you everybody. I'm going to stop talking at this point. I'm going to let the dog get to her regular bed. I'm back, baby. 2026 is here. We're going to walk through this together and hopefully we're going to have a lot of new things coming in January and February. So, um glad to be back. Glad to be back with you guys and I hope everybody is well. Happy New Year. As always, be well, do good, and remember to bark a lot. Thanks for joining us for another episode of The Unfiltered Tea. Don't forget to hit that like button. If you have a story you want our unfiltered take on, go ahead and drop it in the comments, and we will see you next time.